Hi guys, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss some more attribute selectors. So you have already know what is the attribute selector, but I'm going to use the type, text type, email type, password as a attribute selector. And now let's start. Here is input, here is the type is equal to text, and here I'm going to create input type password, and here is email, and here is radio, and then here is checkbox. So now what we are going to do, we are going to select type is equal to text, type is equal to password, type is equal to email as a attribute selector. So now I'm going to use it, and now what we are going to do, I'm going to give the different style to these fields. Here is this, here are these fields, and now here dollar, and first of all give the style to the input type text. First of all write input, and then here is the square brackets, and in the square brackets you have to write type, and then you have to write its type text, and here you have to write double quotes because we have used the single quotes outside, so don't write the single quotes inside. If you write double quotes outside, so write single quotes inside. Here it is text, and it will select the text field only, all the text fields that is in the document. And here I'm going to apply the width on it. Here it is the width, and here I'm going to give it some styles. Here is 200 pixel, and here it is. And then after it, here is, let's check it. First of all, let's check it, and then we will do other things. Here you see that its width is more than these fields, and now here in this way you can change this type, and you can select the password field, and here it is. And I'm gonna give it height 200 pixel, so it look odd. This is a password field, it look odd, so I'm gonna make it 50 pixel, and then I'm gonna give the style to the email field. Here is the email field, and I'm gonna give a value to the email field. Here is the email field. Here is, I'm not going to give it the height or anything, I'm going to give it a value. I'm going to print a value inside it. Here is, first of all, here I'm gonna write dot val. So what is the dot val? If its functionality, what is the functionality of the val function? Its functionality is that in between these parentheses you have to write double quotes, and then you can write any text, and that will be printed inside this email field. This val function is just for the input fields like email, password, and other input fields only. And here I'm gonna write for SKTTT, and here is the value is here. So this field is just vary, this password field is just changing because we have not give any value here, so that's why it's creating a problem. Here I'm gonna reduce its height to normal, so now it's okay. And now I'm gonna give the style to this radio box. Here is, I'm gonna write radio, and here I'm going to give it, hide it. Here is hide it, and I'm going to apply the same style on the checkbox. And here it is, both are hidden. So in this way you can give the different styles by using these attribute selectors. And now here I'm gonna give a different kind of style, that is if all fields are empty, so you can give the different style to the fields. So here I'm gonna use the empty selector. Here is input. First of all, here I'm going to write the single quotes. Here is empty. Here is if the fields are empty. Then here is the CSS, and background is become gray. Here is gray. So now let's render it. So now here you can see that those fields that are empty, it have give the gray color to that fields, and here we have give the value on our own, so that's why it look like this. And now I'm going to tell you about the button attribute selectors, submit button, reset button. You can also do the same thing with that buttons. Here is input type, submit, and here is reset, and here is a simple button. Here is, so now I'm gonna select all of these three buttons. Here is submit, here is reset, here is, I'm going to give button, here is the CSS. So now here I'm gonna give a different style to the submit button. Here is text color is become pink, and here is the reset button, have the background, or I'm gonna give it the padding, so its size is going to be increased 5 pixel, and here is simple button, have the background. Here we have to write color. Here is background. So now let's reload it. Here you see that all of these buttons, this is a button, this is a simple button, have the different styles. And in this way you can also write here the input type file and input type image. Here I'm gonna do this, and then you can watch it clearly how we can select the input type image and the file with the same method. Here is input type file, input type image, and here is the source. Here I'm gonna give images and a.jpg. So now in this way, this is the secure way you can directly select a specific image, or you can say that you can select the file. And here is, I'm gonna write file, and here is the image, and here is, I'm gonna give the border to the image, or no, border is not fine. Here I'm gonna give padding. Here I'm gonna give 50 pixel padding. So image size is going to be increased. So here you can see that it is big, and here is a file chosen. So in this way you can use these attribute selectors. In the next video I'm gonna discuss the attribute selector, how to use the ID as an attribute selector, how to use the title as an attribute selector, target, anchor tag, hyperreference, all these things. You can use all of these things as an attribute selector. So let's discuss these things in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.